folks, how's everybody doing out there? Creepy Duck in here. Doing this video on a Thursday afternoon. Rainy out, not a lot to do. Uncle Bill is still gone. From what I've been told, the little fucker's coming back on Friday. He's on his way back from Michigan. He's visiting some pals up there. You know, must be nice. Yeah, he'll be back, and we will be back on the show a week from this Friday. Just back at the grind, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I've used this last little bit, last little break we've had to catch up with some movies that I've had for a while that I've recently bought, and I just thought I'd do a little video. And oddly enough, yeah, this is our Canon FS 100 camera that we use for on-the-road videos. So Uncle Bill actually has a little HD camera, which I do the majority of my videos from that camera usually. So that's the one that little bastard's using. So I don't know what type of video he's going to be doing. I'd imagine he's filmed some things in Michigan, and I don't know if he'll want to put it on YouTube or anything like that, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what he captured with the little mini HD camera. I like this one though because it's got a little fucking remote. You guys see that? That's pretty cool. So but this camera does glitch a little bit, I've noticed. If you leave it running too long, it'll glitch up, and that's kind of shitty. So I'll be pausing every once in a while, and just to make sure it doesn't really glitch up that much. But anyway, I want to talk about some of the movies that I've watched and all that since like I was saying, we haven't had a show. We're not going to do a show this week, so I've been able to watch some stuff that I've wanted to watch. I would like to watch more, but like I said, having a job and everything like that, it's a little difficult to watch more than what I'm watching, and usually I'm too tired to watch movies. But this past weekend I watched a lot of stuff. I've been watching. So anyway, let's get into it. Now this one actually right here, I'd seen this one like a couple weeks ago, and I'd never, this is one that escaped us in theaters. This thing's broken. This is Zombieland. Yeah, check that out. And it was one of those sort of fluke movies, I guess, that it just made a fortune in theaters. But it's one of those deals where we were going to go see Zombieland, and the Strand down here changed it. The very first time I remember them changing a movie in midweek, it was on a Wednesday, and they put on Michael Jackson, This Is It, in place of Zombieland, and I was so fucking mad, but anyway, I finally saw it, and I was surprised at how much I liked it, because I know it was one of those films that a lot of people, you either loved it or you hated it, and I definitely loved it. I don't even really see it that much as a zombie movie. I think that this is Woody Harrelson. This is one of the best roles he's ever played in a film, and the whole cameo appearance by, I don't want to give it away, but if you guys have seen it, you know who the cameo appearance is by. It's just hilarious, and it's good to see him back in a movie like this. Just a good, fun movie that anybody could enjoy. And to me, I think if you have a sense of humor about you, you're going to love Zombieland. It's just a fun movie. Emma Stone, who, I don't know how, I think she's old enough to say that she's fucking hot. She's fucking hot, folks. Emma Stone. I saw her in a couple other movies. I think she was in The Rocker with Rainn Wilson, which is awful, but she was, she made it worth watching. And then she was also in was it Superbad, something like that. Zombieland, though, you can't go wrong with it. I really liked it. I thought it was a fun movie, and I look forward to the sequel if it ever comes around. So I had fun with Zombieland. The Blu-ray looks good. Another one I watched recently was, I haven't seen this in like at least, the last time I remember watching this, I was in Myrtle Beach. It had to be 98, 99. It was on TV. Rainy night in Myrtle Beach, nothing to do. But I watched Romancing the Stone, man, and this is the first time I'd seen the movie in that long. And Bob Zemeckis, he did this flick. A lot of people considered a Indiana Jones sort of rip-off, but to me, like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't think it was a complete rip-off of Indiana Jones. It's a fun little movie. A movie I grew up with. There's a lot of spots in it that's just very nostalgic for me. Like, I don't know why, but the treasure, when they eventually find the treasure at the end, I always used to. The treasure is like hidden in a statue in a big mud puddle and shit. And I always used to. After that scene as a kid, I would always pretend like I was digging up treasure in mud puddles. So I always had memories like that, and look at them chompers or snappers or whatever, and I don't know. I always loved the movie. I think it's a really fun movie and kind of underrated now. Nobody really ever talks about this, and the Blu-ray of Romancing the Stone is really, really good too, surprisingly. I mean, there's not a whole lot of there's a couple features on this, I guess, but yeah, Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner, back when she didn't look like a man. I think over the past 25 years, Kathleen Turner has grown a penis, but yeah, she was kind of hot back then. Funny thing about this too, Ted White is in the opening scene of Romancing the Stone. And I didn't realize it was Ted White until I just recently watched it, because we got to meet Ted last year at a convention. So yeah, Romancing the Stone. Check it out. It's a fun little flick. If you're a fan of Indiana Jones and all that, you should love it. And there's actually a sequel to this called Jewel of the Nile, which is it is nowhere near as good as Romancing the Stone, but I think that one is also out, oddly enough, on Blu-ray. So if you're a fan of those movies, get it. Definitely get this one. It looks really good. Another movie I watched, all these are Blu-rays, by the way, and if people are wondering, unless it's like a documentary or wrestling or something like that, I'm not going to buy any more DVDs. I just don't. If it's, like I was saying, if it's something really cheap or whatever. But when it comes to newer movies or stuff that's already out on, it's on both formats, to me it's a complete waste of money to buy new movies on DVD. Because the pricing, the way that they're priced now, it's just, you're throwing your money away when you're spending $20 on a new DVD, when you can, for another $5, you can get the high def version with superior picture and sound, tons of more extra features. Yeah, so I'm not gonna buy any more DVDs. I'm done with DVDs for now, as far as it comes to new movies and from releases from here on, all Blu-ray. But yeah, this one is another one I'd had for a while. A lot of people talked about this. Star Trek, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not a Star Trek guy at all. I'd never ever seen anything Star Trek related until I saw this. This is a fun movie. I gotta say, I liked it. I didn't think it was bad by any means. Very well made movie. J.J. Abrams did it. But I gotta say, I mean, maybe it's just where I'm not into the Star Trek stuff, a lot of it it was just sort of over my head. I just didn't understand what was going on throughout a lot of it. I thought the cast was good. I liked the cast. Chris Pine, who, you know, I hadn't really seen the guy in much. He was a very likable lead. Was Simon Pegg, of course, and Zachary Quinto as Spock, who looked exactly like Leonard Nimoy. He was kind of freaky. It's a fun movie. Like I said, I liked it, but a lot of it, as far as the plot and stuff goes, I didn't get it. Maybe it's just because I didn't really know much about Star Trek or anything like that. But yeah, very well done. The movie made a ton of money. I mean, what else can you say? It's cool to finally get to see it. It is kind of long. It's like 2 hours. But the Blu-ray, this is fantastic as well. And basically, the bottom line is, you know, you look at a movie like this on DVD and then watch it on Blu-ray. If you cannot see a difference there, a huge difference in movies like this, then just give up. You know, don't even watch movies, because to see a film that is this detailed on Blu-ray and then going back and watching it where you're like, I mean, I don't know, it just really pisses me off that there's people out there that are big fans of films, and there's a few on YouTube. I'm not going to name any names. I don't want to single anybody out. They're not getting you're not benefiting like you should be. I mean, Blu-ray is, yeah, it's a new format. Still sort of new. It's been around, 3 or 4 years. But it's taking over, okay? Deal with it. Get your DVDs are always going to work. If you take care of them. They'll work in your Blu-ray player. You don't have to rebuy every damn thing. But to continually, like, if you buy a movie like this on DVD, it's not the same movie you'd watch on Blu-ray. It's a completely different experience, and people are probably like, how do you get that? But epic movies on Blu-ray are just completely different than watching them in standard def. Anyway, last one that I've watched over the last couple of weeks. I just watched this one last night, and I really wanted to see this one for a while. The price finally came down enough to where I got it. It was like $11. That's kind of cheap to me, and it said I had to get it. So it is Orphan, and another one I wanted to see in theaters, but they didn't get it. Of course, didn't get it here in Prestonsburg, and I don't know if I think it might have been on in Pikeville a short time, but it's one that we just didn't, for some reason, we didn't go see. And it's another in the long line of like evil kid movies, evil kid films. And it's got a twist at the end that's very different than a lot of the other evil kid movies. I mean, basically it's the same. This girl's an orphan. This family adopts her, who already has 2 other kids, because I think that they had a child that died at birth not too long ago, and she just felt the need that she had to have one of the kids. She had too much love in a heart, baby, the mother did. So they go to this orphanage, I guess, or I don't even know if it's really PC to call them orphanages anymore, but who gives a shit. And they run into this girl called Esther, who's on the cover here. Esther! And pretty much from day one, I mean, there's the other kids have an odd feeling about this girl. Something's not right about her, and she's crazy, and she's doing all kinds of conniving things. But the twist really sets this one. It makes this one a little more different than the other evil kid films, and it's pretty cool how they did it, actually. I'm not going to tell you, of course. You're going to have to watch it yourself. But it's a fun movie. I actually had a lot of fun watching this. And you've heard me say before, I'm a big fan of the evil kid genre anyway. So you can't go wrong with this, though. I'd actually highly recommend everyone violently picking up Orphan. And that's all the stuff I've been watching recently. But I do have a couple of things that I bought that I may start watching tonight, and I'll show those to you here. This next one, I was talking to a buddy of mine, Giallo77, who was telling me about a movie called Horror Hospital. And, of course, it was released by MPI, also known as Dark Sky Films, and I requested a screener copy, and the awesome folks at Dark Sky sent it on. Funny thing is, a couple of days after that, he was like, "Oh man, I was thinking of another movie called Hospital Massacre. It's not Hospital Horror or Horror Hospital, whatever. It's Hospital Massacre, and it is similar names. But who knows? I want to check this out anyway. I don't know if it's any good. I'd never heard of it. It looks to me like it's a horror comedy, and it's from the 70s. So we'll just have to wait and see. Well, year just come out 73, looks like. 83? I don't know. I'm bad with Roman numerals. But I'll have to check that one out. We'll review that one on the show. Of course, it's a screener. This is a documentary I got from Deep Discount called Bigger, Stronger, Faster. It's a documentary on steroid abuse and features a lot of, like you can tell on the cover there, they're sort of, they got Hogan. It's supposed to be Hogan. Looks like Stallone, baseball players, Olympic fuckers, and somebody that's supposed to be like Schwarzenegger on there. I haven't, of course, seen this, but I do want to watch it. I've heard good things. So, yeah, and you know, in my opinion, steroid abuse in professional sports, you know, baseball, especially football, all that stuff, definitely should not be allowed. But to me, with professional wrestling, it's more of an entertainment thing. So if these guys want to do it, it's not like it's fucking, you know, they're going to, just being on steroids is going to cost, you know, their competitors, you know, in a match. It's not a real match. And these guys know the repercussions of doing it. I mean, look at all the guys that have died to steroid-related deaths, I guess. And, you know, my personal opinion is, as far as wrestling goes, it's just so much a part of the business that it's never going to go away anyway. But I want to check this out. Yeah, me and Uncle Bill might actually watch this weekend if he actually comes back. I've sort of been saving it for his ass because I know he likes stuff like this too. Well, a couple more. I got Bad Moon. This is like $3 or something. A pretty cool werewolf flick. I had seen this like right when it came out, and I remember liking it. And odds are this thing is never going to come out on Blu-ray. But a couple more wrestling related discs that I got for like $4. The Roddy Piper story, Born to Controversy, and it's just a hell of a deal. I mean, this is a 3-disc set right here, and Deep Discount with their 25% off sale had it like $4 or something. And one I definitely want to watch. I hear it's the best documentary WWE has ever done, and that is the Pick Your Poison Jake Roberts DVD. So haven't seen those, and those actually do have some really good matches on it too. I know it has the Coal Miner's Glove match with Sting from Halloween Havoc '92, which WWE needs to release the Halloween Havoc stuff on DVD, like the anthology of that. But anyway, that is it. Long video, I know, but whatever. I'm bored. I don't have anybody to play with, so Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and tune in to the website, DEADPIT.com or RetroWrestling.net for all your wrestling news and views and whatever else. We're like the fucking Jane Velez Mitchell with fucking whore and wrestling. So anyway, we will be back. Creepy Kentuckian signing off.